Would you fancy leaving your abode and living on an island? Did you know 50 years ago, nearly 330 ex-servicemen and their families were relocated to the Nicobar Islands for security purposes? Always look back before going forward, they say. So we turn the pages of the Hindu's archives to look back at history. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are of immense strategic significance for India. An article that appeared in the Hindu on March 26, 1969 says, quote-unquote, government had decided to allot land to armymen in NEFA and Nicobar areas free of cost, and all expenditures incurred in making it productive would be borne by the government. In the 1960s, the land was habituated by just a small number of aboriginals known as shompens. Located more than 140 kilometers away from Sabang Island in Indonesia and 640 kilometers away from Myanmar, the Campbell Bay in Great Nicobar is a strategically important island located at least 1,250 kilometers from the Indian mainland. However, in the mid-1960s, there were worries of poachers from Myanmar frequenting Great Nicobar Island. Following this, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1969 launched the Pilot Resettlement Program for ex-servicemen and their families. Only ex-servicemen were considered for the scheme as they would require disciplined personnel since the Nicobar Islands is strategically important to the country. Each family got 11 acres of land for cultivation and homestead besides cash assistance to the tune of Rs 17,540 to meet the cost of transportation from their homes, purchase of utensils and free ration for 3 years. Initially, 31 families from Punjab were settled in the islands. Ex-servicemen who were below the age of 50, whose land holdings did not exceed 5 acres in the home state, and who would live in the islands permanently were eligible for the scheme. Over the years, nearly 300 more families of ex-servicemen across 10 states were moved to the island. What followed was years of toiling on the land by these ex-servicemen. 5 decades later, the government continues to make plans for the development of the islands, with the Great Nicobar project being the latest one. However, whether such projects affect the pristine environment of the islands remains a matter of concern.